before we get too far into the course, we wanted to share with you guys 5 quick wins to make sure you guys can hit the ground running and implement this stuff super, super quickly into your selling system.
Number 1, salespeople have rights. If you think about it, nothing happens in business until something gets sold. In fact, nothing happens in life until something gets sold. There's no solutions, there's no manufacturing, nobody gets paid. Something somewhere has to get sold for our economy to work. So if you think about it, sales is the prime mover for everything in business. In fact, you wouldn't actually have a salary if it wasn't for sales. So the idea here is that salespeople have rights because ultimately they are the people who connect people who have a problem with the solution. So your prospects are people who've got problems, and they're problems that they need to solve. You as a salesperson, you have the solution. So you are on equal business stature with your prospect. So you have rights because you're the person who's actually going to help them to be able to get from where they are today to where it is that they need to be.
Don't sell with your social media content. Now this might sound a little bit strange because this entire course is about, selling stuff. But ultimately you need to separate the idea out between push marketing and pull marketing. Push marketing is when you're pushing an idea onto somebody. Pull marketing is where what you're doing is you're adding value, you're creating value to your customer base so that they can recognize you as an expert in your field. So they can sit there and go, wow, that guy or girl, they really know what they're on about there. So that when it comes from the time for them to spend some money, they've already seen how you've solved some of the small problems that they may have in their lives through the content you're putting out. And then they're sitting there going, well, I'm going to spend some money with somebody, I'm going to spend it with that person.
Without an ounce of pain, there is no deal. Now, what do we mean by pain? Well, when we're talking about pain, we're really talking about the gap between where people are today and where it is they want to be, but more importantly, the impact of not filling that gap. You see, there's a big difference between needs and pain. Needs are just simply things that we think we need. These are the things that we'll tell anybody if they ask us the right questions. Whereas pains are the actual underlying personal impacts of not fulfilling those needs. And we always say that basically without some of that pain, without some real pain there, without some discomfort in their lives, there isn't going to be a sale because there isn't really a proper reason for doing business.
Create yourself a social media plan. Now this might sound like a little bit hokey kind of marketing talk a little bit, but it's not. Basically what this means is it's you guys building into your behaviors this social selling idea. So what does that look like? That could be every Thursday I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write this plan down, I'm going to release a video to share some tips that can help some people with some problems that they may be having. Every Monday I'm going to share my favorite article from the week before that I've read that can help them with something else that's going on in their lives. Or I'm going to make sure that every day I go onto LinkedIn and I connect with 10 new people and then I interact with 5 different people's posts. Ultimately this is about making sure that you're doing this in a consistent way, because with this stuff, consistency very much trumps intensity. You don't just be posting out a whole bunch of different stuff in one go and never touching it again. No. You want to be doing this stuff and chipping away at it day by day by day, because ultimately that's how you establish yourself as a trusted advisor within your prospects' minds.
Go for the no. When David Sandler first came up with the concept of going for the no, really what he'd identified was something quite radical. And whilst it's almost, quite commonplace these days to talk about going for the no, it's still a concept which many people either ignore or they forget about. And really this is about recognizing the fact that not everybody is going to be lucky enough to be your client. So you want to find out that it's going to be a no as soon as you possibly can do, which means asking great questions, becoming a trusted advisor, and being able to work out the reasons for doing business and whether or not there is actually any equitable status to be had from this, and whether or not they're actually prepared to pay you for it. Because ultimately, you've got to be able to take this to the bank.